Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the Novamos brand, their ring light. It's a 16-inch do-it-yourself shape selfie ring light with a 92.3-inch included tripod stand with locking legs, and it can be flipped around for portability. Has a little holder for that stand. Comes with 3 little mini tripods if you want to break these lights up, and a mobile phone holder. And of course it has the power adapter to drive all of this, as well as a controller that will allow you to control the light and all of its functions, color and brightness. Now the shape of this ring light can be adjusted easily, folded at will, and you can get different fill light capabilities. And that's totally unique. I've never seen that before. I'm going to describe and show you how to do that. There is little power connections with the included cable that go into the back of the unit. This is relatively easy to disassemble and replace directly and used at any time. So you have different multi-scene applications for live broadcast, shooting fill light, table lamp lighting, and wall lighting and makeup light. A lot of models like this because they can go online and they can change the shape of the light and illuminate their face and make them look softer by the different color choices. Now there are 3 soft colors and 10 levels of color temperature on this unit, so that you can do full adjustments to the brightness and the color. And each ring light has an independent position interface and also different power connections. We're going to show a close-up of that. So what do you get with this? You get the 16-inch ring light, the big ring light stand, the adjustable phone holder, the tripod head. So this ring light does come with some accessories. It has an instruction booklet and some additional diagrams on how to operate it, and it has these 3 mini tripods if you want to break the light up, and it has this flexible, lockable, spring-loaded with rubber on there, and this allows you to put it in the center of the ring light to hold your mobile phones. Also comes with a holder for that and a nice large bag holder for holding the whole ring light once you've collapsed it down. Now the unit comes with the power supply, the 120 volt outlet on there, and a really long flexible cable that allows you to connect to the wires that are going to go to the 3 positions on the light itself using the 3.5 millimeter connectors that are included. So here's the example of how it is wired in this configuration. You can see I have one of the plugs right there, and one there, and one on the bottom. So the unit comes with this 1 to 3 cable adapter right here, and that takes the power supply and sends it to wherever you want to have. That's why you can have 3 independent light sections taken from this one unit. Now it's important to note that when you make changes to these, you plug them in first and then you power the power supply in. You don't want to plug this in while they're hot or live. So here's an example. Let's say you want to do a product and you want to be at about 35 degrees. All you do is adjust that ball joint right there, and then I could shoot the light down on that product, and then you can illuminate it and get the color balance that you want. So this is one of the configurations that you're probably going to want to use the most for selfies and doing any makeup work, any modeling, and this is the one you're probably going to want to use because it's the most uniform shape. And you can see I have the mobile phone with the holder right in the center of it, and then I have the ability to adjust the angle with that ball joint right there, and then the tripod height can be adjusted with each one of these pieces, so this can go really high up or very low depending on your application. Now of course the nice thing about this unit, there's several things that are unique. Not only can you change the shape, but you have full control of power, and you have a mode button to change the various color temperatures. Then you have a brightness control for each one of those color temperatures. So you have a lot of flexibility for the light that's going to be cast on your face or whatever. If you're doing a video of a product, you can change the angle of this downward and shoot the video of the product. So I'm going to go over the operation of this so you understand how to utilize the functionality of this device. So it does come with a mobile phone, and on every one of these pieces there is this little slot right here, and that slides in just like that, and then you could bend this and lock it in place with that thumb screw right there and adjust the angle for your mobile phone. So that's how that works. On the bottom of the unit, or wherever you're going to decide is the bottom, there is this adjustable ball joint, and it has a 1/4-20 screw on the bottom, which screws into the included tripod. And then here it has one of these locks that allows you to lock this in place, and this turns and screws into the 1/4-20 that is on there also. So that way it locks this in place, and it's a really heavy duty bolt, and that's what keeps this thing in place on that tripod, even when you change the angles. Now you'll notice that these have these black switches on there, and that's what allows you to change the angle. Now one of these pieces has a white label on there, and you can remove that piece, and that's kind of what starts to allow you to expand these out. Now you'll notice that switch I mentioned, when you pull that in towards the center, towards the 1/4-20 right there, then it allows you to change and lock the angle, and that's how you are able to get all those different shapes, by pulling that pin in right there and then adjusting it like that. Very interesting design, and they are fixed angles on there, and that's how it locks into this hexagonal position with that one fixed angle piece right there. Now you also notice that there is, let me get a flashlight here, in addition to that 1/4-20 that's on each one of these flat sections, you'll notice that there is a little hole right there with a 3.5 millimeter adapter, and that's where the power comes in to each one of these. And you can see it's on each one of these, right there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Now electrically these are wired together so that if you just put one power in here, it will distribute itself all the way around, but you want to put 3 at a time to balance the load properly. So each one of these has its own LED and its own power adapter, and then it has the power adapters connecting across, so that it's like a train track. Essentially, this is a train track for these power ports, so that you could remove these and have them individually or have them all gang together. Now when you're ready to separate these, if you want to use them 2 at a time or 1 at a time, you have to put them together like this, where they're parallel to each other. So those arrows have to be opposing each other, and they don't have to be exactly aligned, but when you put the 2 pieces together like that, then you can pull them apart, and you want to use this latch when you do that, and then they go right back together. So you take the latch, push it down, and then it comes right out, and that's clever. And then you use the latch to change the angle. So you can't remove these. If I take that latch and I try and pull, it's not going to let me. You have to be parallel. You have to be parallel like that, and then take the latch, and then it comes out real easily. Now notice that when I do that, that there is an electrical connection here that you really can't see. That's that 3.5 millimeter, and that's how these are all connected electrically, because there is the 3.5 millimeter plug right there, and that's how they're all connected, just like you'd expect a train track to be. So there it is. I connect it like that. Now it's electrically connected. So here's an example where I separated them into 3 separate 2-pair lights, and I'm using a little included mini tripods. So you could separate the lights and you could widen it out to about 4 or 5 feet, and then decide how many you need and surround a product with those individual lights and still be able to control the brightness and the color temperature. Okay, here's an example of using the ring light, and I've got it in the hexagonal shape, and I have a camera right in the center using the included mount, and I'm going to just change the light and see the footage I get so you can see what effect it has on the model or the person, whoever is using this ring light. So let's start off with one of the white lights, which is the whitest of all of them, and you can see it's pretty bright, probably a little overexposed, and then I could drop it down and get whatever shading I need. Now let's go to the next mode, which is even a whiter light, and I can increase right there or decrease so you can control the shading. And then the final one is the warmest light. You can see the difference how warm it is, and then I can increase it or decrease it. I think the warmest one looks the best, but you have full control of whatever you want to have, whatever your subject matter is. So what's my overall impression about the Novamos brand, their ring light? 16-inch do-it-yourself shaped selfie ring light. This is a really unique product. I love the ring light, the mobile phone mount, the mount that allows you to adjust the angle of the light, the included tripod, and little mini tripods when you redo your shape for different applications that I demonstrated. This is a great product. It's very unique, and the ability that you could totally change the colors on here and the brightness of all those colors under full control is really nice. So this is a unique product. I really like it. I'm going to give it a full 5-star rating. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to alert to new video uploads. And if you like this review, please hit the like button. I hope the information I presented helped you with all your buying decisions. Thanks for watching.